Hello folks, welcome to the third tips and tricks videos, and in this video we'll be seeing how we can improve the readability of our Python code in a very simple way using the three libraries called Black, isort and Interrogate. So let's get started. So the first one is the Black library, and it is used for code formatting to clean up your entire script. And installation is pretty simple. Pip install Black and you're good to go. So it can remove extra unnecessary spaces from the entire script and even from between the statements, and then it will organize your functions and elements as list instead of one line, like you will see it. So actually, you know what, let's directly go to the code rather than me reading the stuff. So I have this repo called improve code, and I have a module called utils, and then I have file. So this is the demo file original, which is the original code, which is not so clean. And then we'll use all the three libraries on this original document, the Black, isort and Interrogate, and we'll see what improvement it does. So first let's see the role of this Black library. Black. So once you have installed, say this is my, I will just delete it for now. So you can see this is my original file. There are some spaces in the top, there are some extra spaces in between, then I have some functions, I have some lists, and this list, say it's crossing this line, this function is crossing this standard line that I have defined for readability. And then there are functions where the parameters up and down, and then there is this unnecessary spaces and all so on. So let's copy this and let's see what Black does for us. So I'll paste in this file called demo file Black, and all you have to do to run this is basically say you are at this, simply Black and demo file black.py and enter. So it says reformatted demo file and one file reformatted. Okay, so you can see what has happened here. So this is the original file, and there were spaces here and there are extra spaces here. Now let's first see the spaces. So the space on the top is cleaned up for you, and even the space between the functions are cleaned up for you. So this is one thing. And then another is if you see in the original file, there is no space between assignment operator or even other operators like plus and everything. So let's see what it has done here. So you can see it has created spaces between the assignment operator and even between the other operators. So in this way it becomes a bit neat. And then you'll see another thing is there was single quotation here and even here. And if you see the Black, then it has replaced it with double quotation here and as well as here. And another thing is I'll close this for now. Let's go to the original file, and then you'll see that in the original file there was this extra spaces here, extra space here, and this were not structured. So you'll see now that those extra space is removed, this extra space is removed, and the functions have been defined here. Now one thing you will notice here in the original file, I have defined the parameters and as well as the list components which were crossing my standard line. So if that's the case, it will try to bring it into the second line, as you can see here, or it will try to convert in a list to improve the readability, because you have so many components and there is no space to read. So it has brought it like a list one by one. And for the function parameter as well, it is no more in the same line, it has come to the second line. So these are, you can see it's a bit neat already. So these are some help that Black can do. So it can remove extra spaces, unnecessary spaces. It will keep your quotation standard by replacing all single or double with a double one. Then it will organize the functions and elements one by one, as we saw, instead of one line if it's long. And it will create space between assignment operator and other operator. Or we can use directly in this spider editor, which I'll show you later. And in order to call the file, it's black file.py for single file. And if you want to do for all the files in the folder, say I have this folder here called utils, and there are 2 files here. So if I want to do all, I'll simply say change to utils, and I will say Black and dot, and it will reformat So you can see it has reformatted 3 files altogether, the init file, the which were in the utils, so that way you can do the reformatting for multiple files. So that's for black. Let's see what isort can do for us. So isort is basically to sort out our imports, and installation is again very simple. Pip install isort, and it's going to sort the imports in order of first the Python standard libraries, then the third-party libraries, and then the local imports. So let's see. So this is our original code, okay, and you can see there are so many imports like system, YML, OS. So let me just copy this original file, and now let's open the isort. I will delete this, and let me copy the original component, and you can see there are imports, in different orders. Let's see what happens if we run our isort here. Isort demo file isort. So when I run this, it says fixing this file, demo file isort, and let's see how it has fixed it. So let's see the original file. So if you can see in the original file, this was the system library, then this was the third-party library, this was my local library, this was again system, this is PyTorch, a third-party, NumPy third-party. So how it has sorted is it will first do all the import of your system libraries, and then the third-party libraries like NumPy, Torch, YML, and then my local import. I have created this local module called utils. So in this way, isort will organize your imports. Okay, and further, there are a few more things you can do. So I will share the link of their official page. You can read and see what this black isort does. And now let's come to the interrogate. So what, and again for isort, again it's the same thing. If you want to just do a sorting of one file, is isort file.py, and if for all files, we can also try here, say change directory to utils and isort dot, so it will be sorting out all the files. But I think here it seems that only helper.py needed this sorting, others are already sorted, so it's fine. Okay, now let's come to the third library called Interrogate, and it is basically to check the presence or absence of a doc string, and it will check for the doc string for every file. At the top, you need to define your what does the file does, and for every function, and you can do with interrogate minus vvfile.py, and installation is again very simple. So let's see how we can do it. So let me open this interrogate file. I will just delete it, and let's copy the original content, say here. Okay, so this is our original content, and let's see what interrogate does for us. So okay, it's interrogate, and it's demo file interrogate.py. So let's see what it does. It says failed minimum. Okay, sorry, let's give a verbose so that we know why it's failing, where it's failing. So you can see it says that total there were 4 doc strings required, of which 3 has been missed and 1 has been covered. And you can see in green which was covered, and in red which were the things which were not covered. So if you can see this function, add was the function where I have added the doc string, but there is no doc string here, there is no doc string here, and also there is no doc string on the top. So if I say, for the sake, let's add the same doc string here, and let's add some same doc string here in all the 3 functions. Let me save it, and if I do interrogate here, so you can see now all the functions are covered, but the module itself, the file, is not covered. So we have to also write something here, say adding the parameter script. And once you add your doc strings, and if you run it now, you will see that everything got covered, and like passed with 100%. So I hope this gives you some idea how to use these 3 simple libraries to improve the readability of your code. And you saw the differences. I will share all these files so you can just see for yourself as well. So now let's see how we can use this black library directly into the Spider editor. So there are ways even to edit in other editors. So as I'm using Spider, I will just show you for the Spider. So if you want to integrate directly this black format of code formatting, so that it automatically changes the formats and clean it up for you, what you have to do is you have to go to Tools, and then you have to go to the Preferences, and once the preferences open, you have to go for completion and linting, and you have to go for code style and formatting. And if you go here, we already have a code formatting from black, so you have to choose auto format files on save and choose this black, and then once you have it, you simply apply it and OK. So I hope it is applied. Now let's delete this. Now let's copy the original file here and let's paste it here, and let's see if we save it. Yeah, so as we save it, you see automatically the black code formatting was applied to it. So in this way, if you're using Spider editor, you can no need to run this black from your terminal. You can simply put the settings here. Okay, so I hope you got some ideas, some tricks to improve the readability of your code using black, isort and interrogate, and hope you'll use it to improve your coding. So thank you so much. I hope you learned something, and take care, keep learning and keep exploring neurons. Bye.